that lived here in the buildings when the previous owner had it. He stood about 6'5", 6'6", had a long trench coat, real frizzy hair, and a shaggy beard.
All right, Bradley, stay with us at all.
He was actually murdered on this floor. They were beaten to death and thrown down the elevator shaft right here. And they have claimed to see that white dog running around in here.
Who killed them?
We don't know. The people that killed him never was caught.
I'm more scared of them.
It was actually done by an occultist. It actually lived up here in the building. See, they sacrificed animals on the first floor. They were into black magic. And he got caught up in that occult activity. They were both beaten to death and thrown down the elevator shaft. Right this way.
Oh, God.
It's just a string. From the exit zone. That's covered up. It seems like somewhat of a safety hazard.
All right, folks, all lights out. All lights out. All right, folks, welcome to the 4th floor. Probably one of the most active floors. Personally, I don't like this floor. One of my least favorite floors. I've been attacked on this floor. On this floor, I've been choked, pushed, punched, smacked, you name it. It's happened. There's 2 entities on this floor. The first one we call the creeper. What he'll do is he'll come out of a doorway, sit right here in the center of the hallway. He'll be on all fours like an animal. He'll stand up straight like a human, and it will come up on you in a hurry. Last one is Big Black. Big Black is the only one that we know that can and will get aggressive. The way you watch for him or it, if you notice all the natural light that's coming behind these gentlemen right here, it's like somebody's shutting off light from the outside in. He will engulf the whole hallway. It'll just be pitch black. You won't see nothing. You shine your flashlight on it, it will not penetrate it. You see it coming, I suggest you run the other way. But I'm not kidding, we don't fool around with this thing. At the end of this corridor, you'll see some stairs, just like this one right here. Go past the stairs, you'll see a door open on the far right. That was the main operating room. And that's where they did the 2 most gruesome surgeries with pneumothorax and thoracoplasty. Pneumothorax was where they would artificially deflate one lung. Thoracoplasty was the removal of dead tissue. And sometimes to get through that dead tissue, they had to remove ribs. Only barbaric thing is, when all these procedures were being done, the only anesthesia they had back then was morphine. So when these patients were being cut wide open, they were wide awake. Very, very painful. All right, let's go head on up to the 5th floor.
I like it. I'm not going to be the last one.
All right, folks, what is the most notorious room?
502.
Anybody know the story behind room 502?
The nurse that hung herself?
That is correct. But a lot of people get the misconception she was found hanging inside of room 502. That is false. She was actually found hanging right here.
What? What happened?
They're hanging in 502, she's
She was found hanging right here.
As Brad moves.
There's also another nurse associated with room 502. She either fell, jumped, or was pushed outside the window inside of room 502. So 502 is responsible for the death of 2 nurses. The rooftop behind you is a children's ward. And they kept the children out there so they could receive the most heliotherapy, the most fresh air, and the most bright sunlight. The rooftop behind me here was where they kept the mentally unstable patients that had TB of the brain. Pretty much if you ended up on this side of the rooftop, your chances of survival was 2%. I dare say nobody ever made it out of that room alive. A lot of people ask, well, why in the world would they keep mentally unstable patients up here with the kids? Well, you see, the doctors figured that they needed the most heliotherapy as well. But of course, they kept them segregated. Okay? Anybody have any questions? All right, guys, since we got 3 floors, I'm going to split you up even more. We're going to have 8 people on each floor.